No, seriously.
Come on. Come on. Come on, baby, 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 baby,
No,
baby,
no,
baby,
seriously,
baby,
Cat.
baby, come on. Wait, what's going on?
Ain't nothing going on.
You ain't get.
Don't you say it. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
You so disrespectful, dog.
Ooh.
All right, that's enough. That's too much. But I don't trust you. You be trying to intentionally make my damn lips actually glossy and shit.
So we wouldn't be able to do that.
This ain't.
Is it a reel or TikTok where
Nope.
you put the cup on the head and smack it off with a belt?
Nope.
You wouldn't trust me to do that?
Nope. Would
Dang.
you trust me to
To do that on my head?
no, would you trust me to catch you if you fall? That little thing where it's like
Like
you
the
trust
true
your
fall?
partner and the
Fall
person just
back?
stand there and fall back. Do you
It
trust
depends
that
on
I'm gonna
what day
catch
it
you?
is.
Yeah, what that mean? That's hate. I don't know what you talking about. That's hate. That is hate. What the hell you laughing for? You don't think that's
I
hate?
said,
I
it
think
depends on
that's
what day
hate.
it is.
What you mean depends on what day it is? Be specific about that.
Like if it's on a good day, yeah.
Okay, so if it's
If
on
it's
a
not a
bad day,
bad, if it's not a good day, no. Because
so
you might be
you don't trust that your husband
mm.
is gonna catch you if you fall. That's messed up. Okay.
So you telling me if on a bad
Yeah, I'm
day,
telling you.
no, you'll catch me and choke me at the same time, probably.
Why would I choke you if you falling?
You
It's
gonna
crazy
catch
as
me?
shit.
You catching me? Then you gotta see, just proved you wouldn't catch me. Oh man, funny. We didn't catch that one.
Don't try to put me in a predicament. Well, that was an icebreaker. Welcome to episode 123 of the podcast, MTMJ podcast with the wife. Did I say it right this time? I said last week, I said MTMG.
You said it right there.
Hello, wife.
Hello.
Man, they don't have no respect. Kids don't have no respect. And so is your co-host. They don't have no respect either. Goddamn.
I thought my phone was still on silent.
Man, stop your lying.
I did.
Man, stop your lying. You ain't supposed to be taking no calls doing podcasting
I
time.
thought my phone was still on silent. Cause that's how I didn't get your message. Cause my phone was on silent until you said something that I turned out and did like that. So
Oh.
therefore I turned it back on.
Oh,
But it's
so
still supposed to be on silent.
mm, okay.
I'm just listening. You just got mad because you said it.
She don't like listening to informative rap. I ain't get mad because Usher wasn't rapping. So how I get mad? You don't like informative rap because you don't like Nas. You're only a fan of J. Cole's if it's a mainstream song.
That's not true.
Name one J. Cole song that's not mainstream.
I can listen to it if like he's on here. I can listen to it if he's on any song.
I know I
I
can.
don't have nothing to do with. I just don't care for Nas. What does that have to do with me not
Why you don't care for
listening?
Nas?
Because I don't.
Because of his informative music.
His
Or
informative. All his music ain't informative.
the last few albums have been. Yeah, I promise you, when I'm riding with her, I have to like literally close my ears. Stuff that she listened to, half of the people our age would not be listening to. And you might say the
And
same
you
thing to
still
me.
going on this?
You say what?
Wasn't this how many episodes ago? About you like what you
Yeah,
like and I like what I like.
I don't care.
So
I
you
don't
still on
care.
that?
Yeah, I'm still on that. That's hate.
It's hate.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm hating. That's hate. The hell? Why would I not be on still on it?
Agree to disagree.
Mm-mm.
Cheers.
I want you to agree with me, and I agree with you.
We don't always have to agree.
On music, we should be coached to be
No.
agreeing.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
You don't tell me. That's hate. Anywho, welcome to episode 123 of the podcast. Thank you for joining us via YouTube or wherever you may listen to this podcast. We are here today to discuss whatever we're going to discuss
To discuss.
because you didn't put anything down, so
Nope.
you have no idea about what you want to talk about.
Nope.
What you mean? You were the same person that said we can just freestyle.
Yeah, but you got topics, so let's get into them and see how
No,
it go.
those topics suck. So why can't we why can't we freestyle? Those topics suck. Straight up suck. Let's talk about crime.
Hey, what is it?
Crime is still going on in our world, and it's going to always be going on. I just don't know if it's ever went on this much. That is it for crime.
Wait, what is going on here? That's what we're not
So
about
look,
to do.
we were
We're not about to do this.
we were headed for a government shutdown. Apparently, they strike the deal right before the 12:01 deadline to avoid.
But that's for only for what? 45 days? Something like that.
What I can't understand is why the hell can't they come up with a long-term plan that gets us away from getting close to a shutdown? Why do they want to continue to put the American people that they're supposed to be serving lives in jeopardy only to prove a point that does not involve the people that voted for them inside that little White House that they live in, that anyone can just go up in there anytime they want to?
Because they don't care.
Well,
And who else is going? Who going in there that it's affecting?
the Capitol rioters.
Sure. Next.
Okay, there you go. That was it for that one.
Ha!
So I didn't know they was trying to impeach Biden.
For a son.
Oh yeah. So this council member
You
was
can't.
holding a impromptu. What I can't do? What I do?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought I did
No, when
something.
you was talking about the impeachment, like I don't even.
You don't want to
You
talk
still
about it?
got Trump out here.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I'm
But
like, how? How can
I
you speak of anything that Biden did not directly do that is on account of his child? Whereas you had this man who directly violated and did all types of shit, and y'all can't get him out. But soon as Bill got his dick sucked, allegedly, he was out of that thing and. Since we've been sitting here for I don't know how what? Long. Yes, it's all a scam. It's all a scam. Oh, drops mic. Boom. Okay, sister, with all the facts. She said, "Don't give me the ifs. Let's state facts."
So,
Okay.
so Jasmine Crockett was born in 1981. She's a 42-year-old woman and talking like she got decades of experience, and she just was voted into the congressional district in 2022, 2023. Do you hear that girl and how she's
Yes.
talking, right?
That
The
passion right
only
there.
the only thing Biden is guilty of is loving his son unconditionally through all his faults. And that
He
is
said, "I'm a parent
and
first."
that's how parents supposed to be. We supposed to defend
Okay.
our kids,
Oh, right.
regardless of their circumstances, and regardless of how many mistakes they made. That is our job. But when you got a president that is out here intentionally bringing harm to the United States, and he is never held accountable for it, that is crazy to me. You're talking about secrets on top of secrets. Everyone knew what it was when he came into office. You knew who he was. But there's a
Nobody
there's a
watched what's that show?
there's a large percentage of the world that believes in we should be able to do whatever we want to do, and no one should be able to control what we can and cannot do.
What was the show he had?
Oh, Trump?
Yeah.
You talking about the little
You're fired.
yeah, that's
What was that? That was the joint that Omarosa was on, wasn't it? Yeah.
ain't that the show where they find small business people and invest into their
No, that's Shark Tank.
oh, I don't know that.
Nah, Trump
The
had it.
Apprentice.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Boom. They ain't see the type of
I
motherfucker he
shouldn't
was
even
on
know
there.
that. I never watched The Apprentice. I never watched that show.
Oh, okay. I'm mad you took that drink.
I didn't take that drink. I'm taking it now.
I made you didn't want it.
I never said I didn't want it. I said
You
I had
said
a
you
drink
had a
already.
drink, so you didn't need mine.
Okay, so we started off extremely powerful there, right? Why do we tolerate friends that don't tolerate us?
Hmm.
Oh, you know what that means. Because I heard someone this week talking about how she had so much going on, but for some reason her friend understood how much she has going on, but she continues to bring all her baggage to her friend, even though her friend has got a lot more things going on than she does, and she doesn't make time to tolerate her friend's problems. Only time she makes is to give her friend her problems. So that led me to believe, why do we tolerate our friends who don't tolerate us?
Wow, it's a good one.
I think everyone is guilty of that, because sometimes in the moment you don't even realize that, man, when I got something going on, I don't really know if I can depend on my friend, like truly depend on them, or will they make the same exact sacrifices as I make for our friendship?
No, sometimes it's one sided. Sometimes, and it's more one sided during the crisis like situations or whatever. But sometimes it's just best you just keep shit to yourself. At
But
times, it's not like you don't want to communicate with somebody or things, but it's just like if I had a friend I know they going through something and I'm going through something, but I definitely, like you said, like I definitely know that person's. I'm just gonna go ahead and not even say anything about what I got going on. I think it'll be like, "What's going on? How are you?" Type situation, and they may say, "Oh, well, what's up with you?" And then you be like, "Nothing," because you know. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody has that. But like you said, some people do have in that moment where it's just like, "Brrr," and yeah, okay, that's it. Then they call next time they call you, it's the same thing. They never call you when it's something like not going on.
hmm so I Googled friends in crisis, right? And the question was, when should you stop reaching out to your friend? And their response was, if you realize that your friend is taking more energy than you get back, it might be time to stop reaching out to them This often happens when they have a lot of drama in their life, or if they don't pay as much attention to your needs as you do their own. So do you then eliminate yourself when you start feeling like my friend is feeling it's taken away from my cup way more. I mean, my cup's already empty,
All right.
but my friend is coming over and emptying out the reserve cup that I have.
I mean, but that's when you have to, fall back and set, boundaries. Maybe if you set some boundaries, it may come out with a different effect, but maybe not. But you definitely gotta set those boundaries and have that conversation to see, like, am I tripping?
Hmm. So I don't like to be the one that's always reaching out to people.
Mm-hmm.
I like every now and then to,
Somebody to reach out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
But go on, boo.
but does it mean that somebody feels differently towards you or value your friendship differently because they don't reach out as much as you reach out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you may be the person that reaches out once a week or every other week,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
But this person may reach out probably quarterly,
What the
once a
hell is
month.
what?
Like,
What the hell is quarterly?
somebody might reach out once a month or once every 3 months. Does that mean that they value y'all friendship differently because they don't reach out that much?
How often do you think you reach out to your friends? You reach out to them quarterly?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I have, like, prime example, the people I hung with, grew up with,
Mm-hmm.
when I stayed on Clay Street,
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to them. Like, literally, hadn't talked to Sophie in almost 6, 7 months. And when she reached out, it was just like, "Oh yeah, what's up? How you doing? Cool. This is what's going on." And we all linked up like it was a family reunion. But it wasn't no ill feelings like you don't reach out, I don't reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if somebody's value of reaching out to you is different than yours versus somebody who never reaches out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you put that person in a different category because they don't reach out as much as you would like? So there's like a difference. Like, maybe if you told them, I'm the type of person that needs you to reach out to me once a month or twice a week type thing, then that person be like, well, I ain't that type of person, but we can come to a common ground, as since I know you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never do that, how can you really say that somebody, you know, unless they just never reach out?
What if you feel like you're in a friendship where like they're using you? You know, because friendships are supposed to be a two-way street.
It definitely is.
I
Then
don't
you
ever
then
want to
you
feel like
give
I'm always there for my friend, but I can't depend on my friend being there for me.
then you give boundaries, and then you have to fall back.
Okay. What about the friend that may betray your trust? So you have a conversation with them in confidence, and they then in turns, and you explain to them, I'm having this conversation with you, but I want to understand. I just want your opinion. I don't want you to go back and have this conversation with someone else that can potentially go back to that person and then have that same exact confidence. I mean, that conversation that you and I had, and they have that conversation with the person that you was having that conversation with them
That's
about.
not supposed to.
Yeah.
No.
So what happens if your friend betrays you? How do you feel about that? Are you drunk?
I'm listening to you because you just said your trend betray you, and
I
I'm
didn't say
like,
that. Told you. Oh my God, it came back so
run it
fast.
back,
No, I'm not running nothing
run
back.
it back.
Just this last week, we were talking about meat, and you said met, and
And
I
you got on
stopped
me.
you. Yeah.
So now I gotta get you. Like that's just what it's gonna be. But you tell that person. Like some people just ghost somebody without saying what their reason for not communicating with you or talking to you. And then you have people who will be like, look, this is what it is. It ain't gonna work out. I can't be your friend because you betrayed me. And that's fine.
Mm. But we
So the
also,
question is, are you a address that or you a ghoster?
I'm a ghoster.
Okay.
I'm honest. I'm
Okay.
What about when you realize you've outgrown that friendship? Because you know they say
You can
some
outgrow
friendships
friendships.
are important to you in a particular point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was friends with someone because man, at this point in my life I like the club, then
Mm-hmm.
that was that point.
And that person still likes the club. Like, where's the growth?
Yeah, yeah. So some of them type of friendships don't stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the friendships that make you feel that lower your self esteem? You don't feel good about yourself when you're with this person. Some people might not be doing anything you can identify as wrong, but you just don't feel good about yourself when you're with them.
You gotta distance yourself.
Yeah,
Because when you have that gut feeling, you should always go with your gut. But you also have people who have insecurity, so they friend people that they think don't look as good as them in their eyes to see like to make it seem like they all that. That's just like when I was younger, I had some people that I hung with, and I felt like okay, well, I was the token black girl because I was darking everybody, and I never liked my complexion, so I felt like oh, well, that's kind of like giving like the mean girl vibes, like we're cute, you're ugly type shit. And I was the type of person to say, bitch, fuck you, you're dirty, y'all got roaches, you know, and shit like that. So I understand that.
that's just like me. I hung with friends that I went to school with, and I wasn't in a position to be able to afford new shoes and new clothes for the new school year. So my grandmother did the best that she could to make sure she could provide clothes for me to have on my back. But it didn't necessarily stand up to the potential that everyone else had when it came to preparing for school and being ready for school. So that made me realize when I got older there were certain things that I needed to do to make sure that I could always look decent, whether I was matching or mismatching. Yeah.
I didn't even
What
say
about the people
nothing.
that don't respect your boundaries? People who care about you should always respect your boundaries. Even if they don't understand what lies behind your needs, they need to accept it without making a fuss. So what about the people that don't respect your boundaries and then they like consistent in messaging you, I mean basically telling you, well, they always got something to say after you say, well, this is just what I want, but no, this is what I want. Okay, you drunk.
No, that's what what's her name? Ari Fletcher,
Hmm.
Moneybag Yo girl. She said to a girl who was like talking shit or whatever. She said, respectfully, stop breathing. What she said? Respectfully, stop breathing. Thanks. She said, respectfully, hold your breath forever. That's what it was. Respectfully, hold your breath forever. So that's what it's given.
Mm.
Because when it comes to only way they can constantly disrespect your boundaries is if like everywhere you go, they go. Like they doing some stalker type shit. But they got blocked on your phone for a reason. Block on social media, all types of stuff. So
What about the friend in the group chat that doesn't respond to your text messages as often as they usually do? How do you feel about that? You continue to try to like get their input in the group chat, or do you reach out to them outside the group chat just to make sure things are okay?
well, everybody who have group chats I would assume that outside of the group chat, you do talk to each individual person.
Mm.
Unless you did not create the group chat and everybody in the group chat don't have each other's phone number because that's not a mutual friend. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like this person may, oh my gosh, this gonna bring back the deja vu to my ex best friend. My friend, so you're my friend, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know me,
Mm-hmm.
but by you knowing me, you now know her through me.
Mm-hmm.
But you and her are not friends,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
But you ain't friends with that other friend. She just so happened to be in the picture.
But she my friend, and I'm your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be her friend.
Mm-hmm.
So tall ass shit. But people really do this. Like you have people who have best friends who are like, if I don't go somewhere, if we're invited somewhere and I don't go, you can't go.
Oh
Or
yeah.
if um yeah, if I don't go,
If
you
I ain't
can't go.
cool, if I ain't cool with her, you can't be cool with
If
her.
I ain't cool with her, you can't be cool with her. But the stipulations with that is, what is y'all reason for not being cool? You get what I'm saying?
And how does that? What does that have to do with me?
Excuse me. I was born
I enjoy
alone.
I enjoy this friendship.
I was
Why
born
should I
alone.
risk the bond that we had because you personally have a problem with this
I
person?
was born
You've
alone.
dealt with that before.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I say it goes to, well, what is the reason that y'all are not friends anymore? Like, if it's for some like minute petty ass shit, or
Or because the person's a fucking weirdo. Let's be legit and straight. A lot of people have weirdo ass friends
but
who do weird
people,
shit that just doesn't make sense for everybody.
and that is fine. But you have some people who feel some type of way when
God
you
damn.
don't meet that person where they are when it comes to like the things. Like that's why I say they agree to disagree. Like we can be friends on different levels. Like you may like me and my sister night and day. I'll listen to rap, ratchet, go-go stuff. My sister will listen to heavy rock, metal, those type of things.
The devil is back music.
Completely. That ain't, oh no, the devil is back. The fuck. That's wrestling music. But that does not mean our bond can't be good on other things. You get like that's what I'm saying is
Yeah, squishy.
the different. What?
That's what she say.
Leave my sissy dilly down alone. So
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
I know
Oh,
she say squishy. I know
yeah,
you
squishy.
hating. So
That's hate.
it all depends on what you feel or how you feel about the situation. But I think people should get better into the terms of communicating, even with friends. Like, I don't think you're a friend if you was in the wrong and did something and I tell you you was in the wrong and we can't have a conversation and be cool the next day or shit the next week. Like, all right, bitch, I heard you. That's not a friend. Like, if somebody can tell you wrong or you did something out of pocket, that's not a friend. Or even like when you go out and do certain stuff or dress a certain way or whatever. If your friend, you know your friend look a hot ass mess, but you still go out with that person and don't tell them they look a hot ass mess. So when somebody say, "Girl, you knew she looked crazy," yeah, but I ain't say nothing. That ain't a friend.
But what
Because it
about
should
the
still
friend that
be
can't
able to be
handle you
like,
telling them that they
it
look a
should
hot
still
ass
be able
mess?
to be like, yeah, I told her and she still wanted to wear it. Cool. At least I told you and you still wanted to do it. So I'm good with that. But you should still be able to say stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, to end this topic, man, be mindful of your friendships. Some friendships are meant to stand the test of time, and some friendships are meant for the moment.
There's a season
And
and a
there's a
reason.
rainfall. There's just those rainy days.
Been a nice sunshine.
All right. So, babe, what's going on with Nene Leakes, man? She said they treated the white cast differently than they treated her. What's going on with that? You would know. That's the only reason I put it on there. Okay, you don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
After
I don't agree. What I saw, I felt like she was in charge.
who was in
I
charge?
felt like Nene had control over everything that she possibly could have wanted control over. Because I don't know if my husband on his dying bed,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want them to be portraying him in the light that he was on his final months, the way that she kind of got her way. It's almost like, what's the word I want to use? Exploitation?
You felt like she exploited him?
Is it? Did you feel that way? You didn't feel like she exploited his sickness towards the end to be on the show just to have a storyline?
Hmm.
Because I don't know if she would have had a part on. Because remember, she left and then she came back. I just don't know if coming back would have been as interesting if it came back with just her and all her mouth. Like I think that ship had sailed.
But that ship sailed a long time ago because the last two, three seasons she was on,
Or did the show
they
exploit
played the show played on
her
her
being messy?
her damaged family, like how damaged things was in her family, the toxic, like they played on the drug abuse with her son type stuff, and that's what I'm starting to see. That's what them shows eventually get to that point if you let them.
Yeah, you got
Like
to
the only
control your
way
own
you
storyline.
can't let them get to that part is to be like, either this is what you're not gonna do and stand on that, or just leave the show.
Yeah, because don't you see what's going on with Erica Mena?
Man, with a spinoff, what's she about to do?
Yeah,
What's
it's
she
getting
about to be on?
because it's getting too crazy. If y'all deem whatever she said to be
What
racist
daggone
or
town she
whatnot,
about to go to?
why still air the episode?
What city she about to go to now? She about to go to Miami or LA.
Love and hip hop love
Where's
creating
she about to go?
storylines.
Because that whole situation was messy as hell. Protect your people. Because here it is again. Mona Scott talking about something. She
She
don't
had
have nothing to do with the
no
field.
yeah,
But you know the episodes
she
that's
has
about to
no
be aired
decision. She has
and
no
how they about to
decision
be.
behind.
Man,
I'm seeing Mona in places normally don't see Mona. Like I just saw Mona hosting that 60 Days In cast after thing, and that ain't I don't know if if that's Viacom too. Mona trying to Mona ain't trying to be black no more. Mona she's trying to be white black
why? Why you say she's trying to be white black? Where you get that from? What makes you think that?
because Mona want to make sure she solidifies her position and don't give two shits about.
About the people under the peasants.
Yeah, but these peasants are
What
built.
got you your business blooming,
These
booming?
peasants that you deem to be peasants, she built real relationships with them.
Yeah.
She seemed almost like she exploited those relationships for her own gain. Because again, I'm telling you, Mona's everywhere. Every There's people who don't like Mona, and there's people who like, man, if it wasn't for Mona, I wouldn't be where I'm at, where I am today. I mean, I'm not. I think I'm
And
not
who?
well
Wow.
because every time I hear Joe talk about Mona, he just like so happy. But then there's other people that's like Mona a snake. So I don't know, man.
Joe already knew what he was up the pipe with and how he was dealing with things. Joe knew when to get out. When to get out. That's what that is. He knew when to get out. Then you had you know, a Peter Guns situation. People do
So
stuff for a name.
so which do you prefer when you're out to dinner? Sitting beside your partner or across from your partner?
I wouldn't mind sitting beside, but you always want to sit across. You don't never want to sit next to me.
Stop. That is
It's
hate. Specifically, this topic was brought up by a listener literally
but you,
yesterday.
I mean, but sitting across, you can look into their eyes.
Sitting next to you, you might look like you stuck in a daggone one. You might look like you sitting in a car
Stuck in a
seat.
Pinto.
My man
In
was
one of them smart cars.
my man was out on a date with his girlfriend.
And but no, let's do it like this. Because I'm fat and I can say this.
Exactly.
It's a fat.
It ain't even a fat thing. It's about the shoulder width.
Seat to shoulder ratio.
Yes.
Like how wide my back and your back, how
I
we
don't
gonna
want
sit
to
in this
be.
booth
I don't
or
want to
this
be.
chair.
I don't want to be sitting trying to eat, and I'm like this. I also. I had to explain. I had to explain to this person. It's decent to sit across from your partner because you can have a conversation. The conversation's a little bit better. You don't feel all awkward having to turn your head the whole time.
But see, if
Y'all
you're a small
also
person,
have
you don't have to turn your head. You can literally turn around.
but we ain't. You also you also have your food choices. If you're in that type of relationship where y'all like to share each other's food, sitting across from one another gives you more of an opportunity to just pick and choose what you want, right? You know, if you got broad shoulders like me and my wife, sitting next to each other, and we're not even including the fatness. We just specifically talking about the shoulders. I am not about to be like this. And then even if you want to go over and jack something from your partner's plate, you got to be like this.
It's given like if you in DC and never go to DC Improv, and they be
Yeah,
having
man.
everybody packed at the table, back,
Yeah.
back, back, side by side.
That's why I stopped
And
paying for
the
those.
whole table.
I stopped paying for those tickets because you could be sitting at a table with 8 people on a
And this side say,
on a 4-person table. The fuck? That ain't even fair for a small person.
oh my gosh.
Y'all gotta sit there like this and shit, sitting next to somebody with their breath all stanking and shit. Oh shit. All their underarms if they are Ooda Buddha.
Oh my gosh. How we used to be sitting here when he used to have us sitting like this.
Yeah, man. Look, that shit ain't fair. And then on top of that, you sitting there eating and you know your metabolism starting to work against you, and you all bunched up, but you don't really want to go to the bathroom because you're trying to hold it, and then you sitting all tight. Man, hell no. Hey, son, y'all just peep. You just went through 2 cups of liquor. You don't look over here. You got me all the way bent. That's on you, buddy. That's
It
hate.
was good.
That's on
Ain't it
you.
good?
I don't know. I'm just sitting here enjoying the company of my wife.
That's hate.
I don't care. So the key to successfully parenting.
To what?
What are some of the keys to being a successful parent?
There aren't any. That's why there's no handbook on being a parent. You learn as you go with your child because everybody's child's different. So
I
everybody's
expect it.
techniques and how you have to do things, it's going to be completely different from how I have to parent. Like you have that gentle parenting that they would be doing online, and then they be like a gentle parent would they do this, and a non-gentle parent.
I
I
also
mean,
think community community is trying to control how we should and shouldn't parent our kids. That's why you
and people who
noticing.
don't have kids.
Yeah, I hate when people that don't got kids tell you what you should be doing. Or how about this? People who are not African American telling black people how they should raise their kids. Meanwhile, they raising little shits. Shit crazy, dog. But I mean, look, I think for me, she said there's no handbook,
There isn't,
but there is an
because you have
obligation.
people who
There's an obligation, though.
is it
There is an obligation as a
because you
parent.
have people who give birth as a mother who have that instant like I have to protect this little human with all of me, and this is how I need to, do this. And then you have somebody who have a kid and be like, oh, yeah, the baby named such such. Oh, I, and that's how they go on about it. It's like they don't have that instant motherly instinct when stuff happen. But it's just like the people who don't have kids that don't help raise a kid to understand what it's like to be a parent that just live carefree, no kid interaction, bond thing. Like, yeah,
But there are
you
three
can't tell me
things
nothing.
in my mind that I think everyone as a parent should have. And I don't think, and this is a universal code: love, care, support.
Not if they wasn't loved when they was a kid,
That's an excuse. And that's hate.
but that's
Because
true.
it's your job to change the narrative or
It
change
is.
the stigma.
But
So that's an excuse.
you have people who don't show
Love,
emotion
care, and support.
and don't show
Because kids don't really
love.
want a lot, but they
No.
want to know that that their parents love them.
Yeah, prime example. Alex ass was getting on my nerves last year. I literally took coal out of the grill and wrapped it up and gave it to her as her first gift. She had other stuff, but basically say you was bad, you was doing too much, so you ain't get nothing. You know she was excited about that coal. Mommy got me a nice rock. What? She was excited. She played with all the boxes, the empty boxes from everybody else's stuff, as if it was just still the best Christmas ever. So kids don't really need all that extra stuff. They do want love. They do want the affection. They do want to know that if things ain't going right, that their parent is going to be there for them, not against them. And a lot of kids don't get that.
Mm-mm.
And then the sad part is a lot of kids don't get that, and then they don't be the only child. So it's multiple kids that don't get it.
And then we have UUVs and
Still,
carjackings and robberies.
man, that's crazy. Because back in the day, it used to be like, oh, they flying through the alley, but it wasn't like they was
They
taking
wasn't
people,
carjacking
carjacking people.
people. They were
They was taking
stealing the
cars
cars
from
while you
off the
were
street.
asleep. Now they will catch your motherfucking 60-year-old granny
At the
on
stop
C
sign.
Street at the red light and come up to her and tell her to get the out of her car.
Oh, y'all lost it there.
Shut up, Sony.
Well,
Shut the hell up. That's
ooh.
another thing I want to talk about. These new age fans, y'all niggas ain't shit.
Who the New Age fans?
All these folks in this betting era, it's like, man, we did just enough, but we ain't win. Fuck moral victory. Moral, can't even get it out. Screw moral victories. A loss is a loss. The hell? That's my opinion. Like, god dang, like you want to get to a point where like you watch a game every Sunday and you expect it to win. Like, I want to get to that point. But I think like if our bridge is to beat the Broncos and beat the Cardinals, we got a long way to go. Because the teams that we need to be beating are the Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Y'all
And
ain't.
those teams that we're losing to, those are playoff teams. That's where all teams are fighting to get to, consistently being in the playoffs. But if we can't match up to teams like the Bills and the Broncos, oh my God, just imagine what it's going to look like come December when everyone think we should be competing to be in the playoffs. Yeah, we show what our competition is. We're down to the Broncos and the Cardinals.
Whatever that means, but okay, babe.
Yeah,
It's gonna be okay.
you ain't got nothing else.
You seem like what they saying they got you feeling like this.
Cause
You
man,
like hurt. Like what?
folks be like, man, yeah, man, we did good. Congratulations, man. I saw signs of greatness, or I saw signs that normally I wouldn't see. But guess what? My fantasy football team won.
Isn't that what everybody is out for?
Man, fuck that. Yeah, I play fantasy too, but like when I'm watching my team, I want my team to win. I'm not. I don't get excited because McLaurin made my fantasy team win. No, they don't trick us, man. That's why like stadiums are struggling to fill up the stadiums now because like folks be so concerned about how much money they can put in their pocket based off of what a player does versus the fun or fandom of just being a fan of a team and the team not embarrassing you. And you can go through the week and be like, now, oh man, we gonna be this. Woo! Now I know the players like, man, like, yeah, feel bad today, but tomorrow's a new day, so you start over. No, that's not the case for us because we play on Thursday.
So you don't think. But the good thing is you don't jump ship as soon as y'all do bad.
Yeah, I know
You've
people
been
who
there.
become
You've been
who I know someone who said I was tired
You've
of
been
losing and became
riding.
a goddamn Baltimore Ravens fan.
You've been riding. You even got it tatted.
I don't got it in me to jump ship because they suck. No,
That's good. Stick it out.
but I also am getting to the point. Look at this crap. See, look, look. We gotta turn right back around and play on Thursday.
And it's here. Whew. What time I get off?
Niggas, man.
Mm.
But thank you for listening to episode 123 of the podcast with the wife. Make sure you rate and review the podcast. We would greatly appreciate that. Make sure you like, share, and comment on YouTube. We appreciate that as well. Thank you for listening to and watching episode 123 of the podcast. Peace.